the right things with the 401ks. And because of this pandemic, the stock market dropped.
Right.
People are losing them money left and right. What we do know, though, is everybody is not losing during this pandemic, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you think about it, Purell is a top place right up, top company right now because they're doing a hand sanitizer. You know, somebody brought up earlier, you can even find the no-name brands. They're not even on the shelf anymore because they're providing solutions of what's going on with this pandemic.
Right.
Amazon, you got DoorDash because they're out serving the food. One of the things that we do with our company, we're a solution as well, and we're utilizing another solution, which is Zoom. I tell you more, Zoom actually made $4.8 billion through this pandemic, right?
Wow.
During this pandemic, I know, right? One of the top solutions that we have, and that we want to make sure everybody understands, though, Mark, is having a home-based business really addresses most of those challenges that we talked about.
Right.
So I'm gonna shoot it to you real quick, so you can help everybody understand really why having a home-based business is a top solution.
But the thing about it is, you said a lot of the things about the problems, and it's always good to know the problems before you start talking about the solution. As you talked about inflation and taxes, debt, and of course, you know, people's investments are jacked up. Now, what exactly is the solution? People have to understand that you got to have a home-based business. You should at least look at a home-based business, because if you got a home-based business, that's where you are. Why not make money from home? Even if you are teleworking, Kim, people don't even know right now how long your job may let you do that. Because eventually jobs might decide, well, we've had people at home for so long, productivity is either up or down, and they still might, as this pandemic keeps going on, might have to get to laying off people. So you got to start thinking about it. If I'm going to be home anyway, why not make money from home with the business? Two, we talk about virtual solutions. Why not be able to interact with people using things like Zoom, YouTube, Facebook, etc.? We're on them anyway. So people are doing Zoom meetings all day. People are, of course, on Facebook, on YouTube all day. Why not make money doing the things that you do as well? And then last but not least, we're going to talk about, and you're going to let people know about this team of financial experts that can help people get through this particular crisis that we're in, this particular financial crisis that we're in. So the whole thing about it is, if you got a home-based business, you're already at home. Whether you own a home, whether you're renting an apartment, you can make money from where you are. And all you have to do is be good at what you and I are doing right now, knowing how to get on the computer and share some information with a few friends.
Absolutely. So, like I said, one of the platforms that, like we talk about, is actually winning is providing a virtual solution was Zoom. Marv, I don't think people even really understand this, that the government is starting to go to having people work from home and utilizing Zoom to hold meetings and everything. So this is definitely one way that, like you said, we're able to make money and stay safe and working from your home. There's a lot of virtual solutions that we have. A picture here that we have. We did a Zoom with our organization a couple of days ago. I think we had 300 something people that were on that Zoom. But by the time it was said and done, it was I think 10,000 people that had looked at it. Wow. So what is it that we do? What is this home-based business that we have, Mark?
Well, the thing about it, we actually show people how they can start their own franchise. You can start your own franchise with a company called MWR Financial. And what we do is we show people how, not for $2 million, not for $200,000, not for $2,000, for under $200, you can literally start your own home-based business and help people provide financial solutions by using financial experts, specifically in those areas that we talked about earlier: taxes, credit, debt, and investments. So people who are on the phone today, that's all they have to think about is, what is my financial situation? Would I like a little help with that? Now, how do I benefit from doing that? By sharing it with a few other people. And you're going to talk about that because there's a franchise we all know and we probably used to love that we pillar ourselves after, called McDonald's.
Right. So, but we got to explain to them what their part is in this franchise, right?
Yeah.
You know what? All y'all have to do is expose. You get people into front of the Zooms and the presentations just like you are right now. Somebody introduced you to see this information. That's all you have to do. Extra Digit, which is the organization that we're a part of, we do the education part. We talk about what those challenges are. We talk about what those solutions are. But we partner with MWR Financial, and they do the execution part. You know, you got to think about in every other aspect, we use experts to help us. When we get sick, Morrow, where do we go?
To the doctor.
When we need our car fixed, where do we go?
We go to a mechanic.
Absolutely. So, Mark, why is it when it comes to our finances, we don't go to the experts to do the same thing? Now, you brought up a minute ago about having a franchise and how, you know, we all know the biggest franchise that's out there is McDonald's. The thing about them is that, you know, they have those 4 core services that the four products that they have out there. They have burgers, fries, shakes, and apple pies.
Right.
Thing about it is, you know, people gravitate to that because it's well known. They already have a system in place. The problem with that is that a lot of people don't have $250,000 up to $2 million, like you just talked about.
Right.
Luckily, though, Mark, we do have a franchise that does not cost $2 million, the $250 like you just talked about. Ours is $228 one time, and then $119 a month. And if you really break that down, Mark, it's $4 a day.
Wow.
However, for the next 24 hours, it's not even $228, Mark. We're taking $99 off. Our CEO saw that we have so much still going on and there's not enough help out there that he felt that, you know what, let's do our part and try to help people get past this pandemic. So he's taking $99 off to where it's only $129 for the next 24 hours. That Financial Edge membership that you talked about, Mark, those are our 4 core basics like McDonald's has their 4. Right. Ours is Money Max, Credit Max, Equity Max, and Wealth Max. So I'm gonna ask you, you know, kind of break down what Money Max is for everybody so they can understand what it is that we're doing.
Well, Money Max deals primarily with tax minimization. A lot of people think about it all the time that your biggest expense is your taxes. And people don't really think about it, but if you think about what you say you make and what you bring home, it's like, he's right. Because usually about a third of your income is taken away every single year in taxes. You say you make $60,000, you really bring home about 40. You say you make $90,000, you really bring home about 60. So what we do with the Money Max portal is we literally are working with CPAs, CFPs, and enrolled agents with the IRS who are helping you to minimize your taxes. And here's the beautiful thing about it. When you minimize your taxes the appropriate way, you literally can get an instant pay raise on your job in less than 2 weeks.
So you say instant pay raise. And I think people don't really understand what you just, you know, kind of broke down. You're not going to ask a boss, can you get a pay raise?
No, ma'am.
You're not going to work extra hours at another job or having to do overtime.
No, ma'am.
You're going in and asking the experts to look at the money that you already make, right?
Yep.
And they're going to say, you know what, you shouldn't be paying this much in taxes. Here's an updated W-4, and which is that form that a lot of us don't go back and look at again to have it adjusted over time.
Right.
So instant, that's what you're talking about.
And here's the deal about it. All you have to do is be good at doing one thing.
What's that?
Putting 2 pay stubs into your computer and one, a last year's tax return, and upload it. You got to be good at pushing a button that says send and let the experts do the work, and they will send you back an updated W-4 that you take to your HR department, and guess what? They take care of the rest.
You know, I did the services, and I had some family members that did it too, and it really is that simple. It took all of 5 minutes to do, and in a couple of days we got it back. And I tell you, one of my family members did his, and we were literally blown away, Mark, when we found out that he was overpaying $1,300 a month.
Wow.
In taxes.
Wow.
Now we just got a $1,200 stimulus. Most people did one time. We're talking about somebody that got $1,300 a month every month here on after. And he's not the only one. You know, that his amount was probably more than a lot of people get, you know, because it averages anywhere from $200 to $800 depending on somebody's situation.
Right.
We had like Ursula here who said, she ended up getting $455 back into her paycheck.
Mm.
If we look over here on the right, he ended up getting $861 back into his paycheck. This is every single month, but not doing anything more than we already do.
Right.
The next thing that we know about money backs that we got to take into consideration, we talked about the having that home-based business. Well, outside of getting the money back that you've already earned, having that home-based business also gives you additional tax deductions, Marv. Right. And as a part of what our Financial Edge membership does, they give you a tax bot that actually tracks your expenses for you. Mm-hmm. Now, here's the thing about the government. They want you to have the business. They just want to make sure that you're doing it legally, ethically, and morally. Right. And you have to keep track of accurate records.
Right.
This is how you do it. We go in, we eat, we take pictures of our food, but a lot of times when we just take one more second to take pictures of our receipt, that whole meal is written off.
Wow. Yep.
Whole meal is written off. Driving and everything again. But again, this boils down to minimizing your taxes and paying $4 a day to be able to do that. Mm-hmm. Here we got Keith, same thing with him. He ended up getting $518 put back into his paycheck. We have another one who did $78. And somebody might just look at it and say $78, oh, that's not a big deal. Do $78 every month for how many years that you've been working.
Right.
Think about that. Some of us been working 20, 30 years. That's a lot when you add up to it. Now, Marv, one of the things that our system also does, it gives you a text message to notify you that, hey, somebody's gone to your website and they looked at, we have what is called the instant pay raise. And it'll tell you how much money you would save if you had a home-based business with right. 7 tax deductions. So here you can see Alethea went in and somebody sent her the link and she found out that she's almost $900 a month that she would be getting back if wow. she home-based business. Mm-hmm. As you can see here, we also get text messages of what we're going to talk about in a minute, which is the daily guarantee. And that, as you see, comes every day at 5:01. I enjoy my text messages. Right. I know you do too. So, Mark, break down what Credit Max does for everybody.
Well, the thing about it is Credit Max, of course, is our second pillar. After we get past Money Max, now we want to start working on our credit. A lot of people know that perfect score is 850, but there's a lot of people, man, struggling. 550, 650, trying to get up there. But what our experts do, our experts literally will take your 3 tax reports, your 3 credit reports, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion. You upload those things. Again, all you have to do is be good at uploading and hitting send. And our expert starts going to work for you because there's a lot of things that's on your credit report that shouldn't be there. There's some things that got on your credit report without going through the proper process. So our credit experts, they will start disputing and letting the creditors know this shouldn't be here, this shouldn't be here. Hey, you know what, Marvin? If you go ahead and just pay a little bit on this, pay this on that, and they start helping you work on getting that credit score up. And what people forget about is a higher credit score. That means there's some other things in your household that starts going down. Insurance premiums, a certain type of payments, what you pay for money, it starts to go down. So if what you start to pay goes down, that means you're doing what? You're bringing more money into the house or you're saving more money. So just with our first 2 pillars, can we show people how to bring more money in the house, and we still haven't talked about the business yet.
At all. So right now we're talking about cash flow expansion right now.
Yes, ma'am.
And just to break that down, that's the money that we already have, making it last longer in our household.
Right.
All right. So here we have Jessica, who had some amazing results with our Credit Max. She ended up going from a 5, hers is, where did she go? 649 to 788.
Wow.
We had somebody else over here who went from a 599 and went up 76 points, over a couple of months.
Right.
The testimonies, they go on and on and on, but here's a couple of more. We have somebody that went up 103 points just from uploading those documents, like you said, and letting the expert do the work. Now, I want to be real clear, even though the experts do the work, you do have one thing that you have to do. You have to go and make sure that you're checking the mail so they can see what the changes are, right. And you upload that into the system as well.
Right.
That's it. You don't have to write letters. You don't have to mail them out. You don't have to monitor who got sent something, who didn't. You're checking the mail just to see what results have happened and letting the experts know at that point, Mark.
Right.
Now, I'm going to go over this one because I love the story. This young lady was 19 years old. Her grandfather is actually in the business, and he saw, he wanted to help her out with her credit. Saw that she had a 356. Now, Mars, in case people don't know, credit score started off at 350.
Right.
It's not that she had bad credit. She's young and she just didn't have a whole lot. But somebody went in, and created some accounts that she wasn't aware of. Our experts started working on the stuff. First 30 days went up to 501. Next 30 days, she went up to a 763.
Wow.
She was able to go in, get her own card, no down payment, no co-signer, on her own at the age of 19. That's powerful because now she has that game plan moving forward.
Wow.
Again, the stories are amazing, and we have so many of them. 115, LaShonda, hers went up to. Now, we always think, somebody's getting their credit fixed. It's because they have bad credit. Marv, our business partner, Chuck, started off with an 805. They only go up to 850.
Right.
He started off with an 805. But you know what? He said, hey, it's a part of my membership. I don't have an 850, so let me see what they can do.
Right.
Well, they got him up to an 812.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, 7 points can make a difference.
Right.
And then we have our business partner, Bert, who, again, 834. Got up to an 845 to the point where he has people now fighting for him to use them as their bank, as his bank for his mortgage. I think he told us he ended up saving $60,000 in interest because of that 11-point increase. Again, it's not just for bad credit, it's for anybody who's not at an 850.
That's right.
Couple of more here up to 830. Where is this one? Yeah, 830. So the next one that we have, Mark, I'm gonna let you take over Equity Max.
Okay. Equity Max go with our debt eliminations. This is the third pillar. So we talked about taxes, talked about credit. Now we're talking about debt. There's a lot of people who are in debt. Debt said 90% of people have a debt problem. What we do here with our Equity Max program is put people on a plan to get out of debt in a third of the time faster, up to a half of the time faster than they normally would. Our experts show you how by following a certain plan, following a certain system, you literally can cut that debt in half the time. And that's a big thing. This young lady right here, I believe, had a debt plan by her creditors that was going to have her out of debt in 2103, not 2030, 2103. And I believe this is a little bit far from my eyes, but I believe now she's almost been like with in like 3 or 4 years, she'll be completely out of debt by following a plan. So what our experts do is show you how to use the money that you save, of course, that instant pay raise, that money that you saved by getting that credit straight. Now they start to show you a plan to put in place where now you can start to eliminate debt faster than your creditors ever thought you would, or really they wanted you to.
And if you think about it, as you start paying that debt down, Marvin, that goes back to your credit score going up because your debt to income ratio is not what it used to be. Right. So all of these tie together. You got the money that's coming from your paycheck, you pay your debt, and now your credit score is going up at the same time. Right. It all works together. Here we have our friend Trevor, who used the Equity Max, and he found out what his debt-free date and what his millionaire date is going to be.
Wow.
Having that kind of plan, because we say all the time, if you don't have it written down and your goal is just a wish, right?
Right.
He has an actual plan that's mapped out for him of how to get out of debt and when to get out of debt, and he can see it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. That you know it's possible at that time.
Right.
We have Charlotte, same thing. Now this one is still mind blowing to me, to where her creditor said, "You're going to be in debt for 111 years if you keep paying your bills the way we have it set up for you."
Wow.
Even if she just was born today, she still probably wouldn't see 111 years. And we're talking about now, our Equity Max experts got her out of debt in 2 years. Outside of that bar, she's saving $520 something thousand worth of interest
Mm-hmm.
alone just for uploading information into the system.
Right.
Now, this one we just released the other day, and it's called Bill Shredder. So not only are we showing you how to get out of debt with, with your credit cards and student loans and mortgages, our experts are now going to go in and negotiate your monthly bills, such as your cell phone, your internet, your cable, so you are paying less every month. Wow. Now, again, even if it's just a little bit, multiply that times every month, however many bills you have, right, for however much longer you're going to have it. That's mind blowing alone, Marv. Yeah. So we see here, Latasha here, she submitted hers, and she got hers actually back a couple of days after we launched the information, the system, to where they're working right away on your behalf. They'll go in and say, you just upload the bill. You don't have to figure out whether or not it's one that qualifies or not. They'll look at it and say, you know what? We're processing your information. This one is actually one that we can start working on. They're going to start the negotiation for.
Right.
Here's our the portal of what our Financial Edge membership looks like. Now, we talked about just, this is the money that we already have. Then expanding our cash flow, minimizing the taxes, right, raising the credit score, eliminating debt. Next, we're going to talk about what WealthMax does. I'm going to let you take this one, and then we'll go into what everybody else wants to know about when it comes to the money part.
Well, I'll fly through this because this is our last part, because once you get everything else kind of in place, or as you get other things in place, with your money max, tax minimization, credit, better credit scores, equity max, starting to get the debt down, now we start talking about investing. And there's two main ways that our company really tries to lead you or guide you, or to kind of help us, is with private banking and land banking. Private banking is a process by which you literally can become your own bank, where you can actually ride the market with all the highs, but never have to ride the lows of the market. You can literally borrow money from yourself, but the money that you borrow, or the money that's already in your private reserve account, it keeps growing even while you're using the money that you borrow. So it's a very unique process that typically, Kim, only people who make $250,000 a year in the past had access to. So that's the first part of our WealthMax, is private banking. The second part of our WealthMax program is our land banking, being able to purchase land in the path of growth. See, a lot of times people tend to think of, I want to own an apartment, I want to go out and get some real estate, and that's cool. But I'm talking about when you start buying land in the path of growth, where literally they say the new Silicon Valley is going to be built out in California, you have a chance to really be a part of something that as it grows, you make an investment today, you get involved today, and in 10 years from now, 5 to 10 years from now, as that land, somebody says, you know what, Walmart says, we want to build right here, guess what? They have to pay you. So those are our two main strategies that we use with our WealthMax program to help people have their money grow for them. So that's the thing. If you have to work for all your money, you're in trouble. Let your money work for you.
Right. Awesome. And here's a couple of our business partners who actually have gotten deed in hand as a part of that land banking. We have Don Wilson and his wife, Ruth Rodriguez, and our other business partner, Melissa. Again, this is something that we see all the time when people are out there surveying the land. Now we have individuals who are being landowners, right, and getting deeds that they can do that generational wealth, because they can deed that down to their family later on if, something happens to them or they want to pass it on to their children's children.
Right.
So we talked about all the challenges that we have, right? So at this point, we've already brought our taxes down, brought our debt down, we're bringing interest down, our expenses down. Now, with all those things, usually your stress comes down too, because now you're having more money come back into your household.
Right.
And the flip side of that, Barb, is we've got cash flow going up, income going up, credit scores going up, and investments going up.
That's right.
Our mentor, Brian, often says this is the one roller coaster that you really want to be on, because you got the ups and downs in the right places.
That's right.
So let's talk about some money real quick. We talked about cash flow expansion, so let's talk about increasing our income at the same time.
Hey, Martin, can you wait like 5 minutes until this is over with? And give me like 3 hours. Give me maybe 2 or 3 hours. I promise you I got some hot topics. I'm just looking at my man, my phone is going crazy with text messages. You all hear that beeping, that's it with people with credit. But about the unemployment, I already downloaded my topic. So give me 2 or 3 hours. We're gonna go live back with Credit Church Morning, but just let this play out.
Tell a few people. And I want to build a business. I want to start a home-based business. Well, great. All we're saying is when you get involved with the opportunity, it's all about the magic and the power of 3. Do you think you know 3 people overworked, underpaid? 3 people who need the services that we're talking about. Well, guess what? As you start sharing this information, start putting people on Zoom like this, and they say, I want to do that. 3 people within your first 30 days, you actually will get a check for $150 as a momentum bonus. Those 3 people do the same thing. Now you get another check, for $450. And guess what? Those people know people you don't know. 3 who tell 3, that's $900 coming back to you. That's over $1,500 in momentum bonuses alone coming to you because you decided to get started today. You decided to tell a few friends about it, family members about it, who took advantage of the opportunity. And now, like I said, over your first 90 days, you're talking about bringing in over $1,500. And here's the thing, Ken, right now, during our promotion, and even outside of our promotion, a lot of times, people are actually getting a $150 and $450 bonus way faster than 30 to 60 days.
Right. You're one of those people. You're one of those people. And then as you can see here, this is an actual commission statement from our business partner, Brian Bean, to show where he did get the 90-day momentum bonus of $900. Like you said, we can't control another person's excitement.
Right.
So when somebody keeps telling you, hey, these are the results that I'm getting, I'm excited about this, we have a tendency to want to share good news with people that we love.
Right.
And that's exactly what happens. Now, we also have what's the sponsor bonus. So you get, like you said, $50 for everybody that comes in and decides to start a business with you, right?
Right.
But when we talk about that, being able to share with somebody else, we don't necessarily know everybody who decides to be a part of our organization and join the business as well.
Right.
On this screen here, as you can see, this is again Brian's back office, to where it shows he didn't know Jennifer, he didn't know Quentin, he didn't know Robert, but because somebody was excited about it, he still was able to make the bonuses off of this. You can see they're arranged anywhere from $65 to $35,
Right.
$25. It doesn't matter who you share the business with. If they're a part of your organization, you're able to get compensated from. On this one here, I think his very first check on here was like $28, and maybe the next one. But as he says, hey, he knew it was real at this point because we were paying money out and the system just did what it did. I think on this, during this time frame, he ended up making about $10,000 between the sponsor bonuses and the expansion bonuses. Again, he didn't know everybody that was in the business that decided to get started, but he was able to receive it. There's a $28 one. He said that was his reality check to let him know, hey, this thing really works.
Right.
And but not long after that, it really started working and went up to $935.
No, that's right.
So again, those leadership expansion bonuses, they go all the way up. And then we also have to where you do the check match. We, based off of where you are in the organization, it goes anywhere from $10 to $75 more. That makes a difference too. I'm telling you, when they start hitting a little bit different.
Right.
The car bonus. Now we have what's called a luxury car bonus, and we have 3 tiers. It's tier 1 starts off at $500 a month. Tier 2 is $1,250. Tier 3 is $3,000. Now we have this saying around here called "We love the 10th," and the reason is because that's when this bonus and a couple of other ones that we'll go over start paying out.
Right.
Or what I truly love about our car bonus though, is that they don't make you go get a car.
Right.
You know, a lot of organizations and companies out there, they'll give you one, but you have to go get a specific car or just a car, period. MWR Financial, you don't have to do that. We have several people that are in our organization who have hit tier 1. We got Herschel Gibbs, Quanah Sims, Lieutenant Colonel Larry Sanders. They all hit the $500 a month. We have Charles Ivory, who's
at tier 1.
Oh, he might be at 3,000 now.
He probably
at tier 2.
But he said, you know what? I do want to use my bonus to get a truck. So he went and got a brand new GMC truck, and I heard it's nice, according to some people that saw it yesterday.
Wow.
But we have Shayna. Shayna says, you know what? I don't want the car. I'm just going to keep my money and start saving it. And one thing I love about this also, as you see over here on the side, it gives you the progress of how far you are away from the next bonus. Right. It's addicting. It's definitely addicting. But then we have Christy Howard, who just hit her $3,000 a month. Right. And I'm gonna tell you, we'll go over her in a minute, but her hitting that was it was history making for a lot of different reasons. But I wonder if she's gonna go ahead and get a new car too. I'm gonna ask her when we get off of here.
I don't know.
1,000.
I think I see her riding something, man. I can see her riding something nice.
Right. Well, whatever it is, it's her choice. She can do whatever she wants to do with it.
Right.
Matter of fact, if she wants to put it towards mortgage or whatever else, she has that option.
That's right.
Now, Brian, who has 7 cars, no car note, has also hit the $3,000 a month. And, again, he can do whatever he wants to do with that bonus.
Right.
The next one that we have is the presidential bonus. I'm going to let you explain how this one works for everybody.
Well, the thing about it, the long and short is, as you start building your organization, you start accumulating what we call points. And as those points grow, you, of course, get into the car bonus category. And you also start getting into your presidential bonus, has various categories, going from $500 to $100,000 per month. And these are just a few of the people who are already receiving their presidential bonuses, literally. And this usually kicks in as you almost start your organization. Right at about 50 people is when that first presidential bonus kicks in. I've never seen a company where you actually can get involved with the bonus program with an organization, a team, complete total team of right about 50 people.
Wow, that is amazing. So we go 500 all the way up to $100,000 a month. Here we have Shayna and Charles. They are on $1,000 here. We have Miss Christy Howard, who has now hit the $2,500. The slide is outdated because she just hit it the other day as well. Right. But then we have Brian, who also hit $10,000. This slide needs to be updated too.
Outdated. We got a lot of outdated slides, but people making money over here.
But you know why? It's really a lot of this happened during the time that we've been doing this stimulus credit of that $99. We have had such an amazing growth because people see and they know that they need the help. That $99, it really doesn't give them a reason. It wasn't a reason to begin with, naturally, but it's given us the momentum, and people are, like I said, hitting these bonuses and ranking so fast because of that. And so all of these at some point in time in the next couple of days don't have to be redone. So we also have, this is going to be the last one that we're going to go over, is called the daily guarantee. You talked about those points a minute ago and how they all work together. And I just want to make sure that we understand that all these points are the same points. Right. All these different bonuses that we just got through talking about, to include the daily guarantee. Now this goes anywhere from $5 a day all the way up to $1,000 a day. And we get that text message every day. I don't know if I can bring mine up without messing the live up. Every day saying that, hey, here's your daily guarantee. 5 o'clock every single day. We have some of our business partners here where they're showing $20, $200, $500 a day. We have so many people that we can't even really get everybody on the slide, Mara. Right. But here's some of our business partners. And again, these probably need to be updated as well with everything that's been going on for the past couple of days. But they're getting $20 a day. That's $600 a month coming into their household every single month, even if they don't do another thing.
Right.
again, $30 a day. Now you're on this slide, but I think you're supposed to be moved over too.
I'm almost kind of walking to the next slide already.
Okay. I know Kiera was on a different slide. He made sure that he was on the wrong slide.
Right.
But, we have $30 a day, which is $900 a month, guaranteed to come in. Again, if they don't do anything else, they know that money's coming in. And they can start budgeting and using that to pay towards debt or whatever else that they need to.
And as you move to those slides, it's one thing to say $20, $30 a day. It's another thing to say $600 and $900 a month. But I just want to say to people out there working a job right now, what she's showing you right now is something between $7,200 a year, $8,400 a year. Think about what it would take for you to get a $7,000 raise at your job. So for those who think it's just a $20 a day thing, think about what that is over the course of a year and how much more work you would have to do at your job to get that type of pay raise.
Absolutely, absolutely. $100 a day, and again, these probably need to be updated, but now we're talking about $3,000 a month.
Wow.
We got our two recent $1 million ring earners, right? And what that really says is they're earning $200 a day, $6,000 a month, $1,250 in that luxury car bonus, which again has been updated to $3,000, and then $1,000 in that presidential bonus. Mark, what that really breaks down to, they were making about $8,250 when they were originally awarded that ring.
Right.
In order for
Well, Maury, you might have your request. Look like it's freezing up on me. Let's see. It's gonna unfreeze because I do have a topic that I want to go live about. Let's see if it's gonna unfreeze.
was it $10,000 for the momentum bonus?
Yep.
He earned six figures in 6 days the last time that we did this $99 stimulus campaign, right?
Yes.
I can only imagine what it's like now after this campaign. Right. But again, he for him as well, he's done so much to make sure that everybody in this organization is able to succeed and get these daily guarantees and providing the system for us.
Right.
In summary, like you said, you need about 50 people to hit that $2,000 a month. And that's based off of the $1,000 daily guarantee, the $500 bonus, and then the $500 car bonus. 50 people. And I know we all know somebody, Marv, who needs what we're talking about.
Right.
So there are 3 types of people that have listened to what we talked about. And I will ask you this. If everything that we said to this point, if it makes sense to you, take that into consideration. If you know somebody that's been impacted by this pandemic, unemployment, or any of those financial challenges that we talked about, take that into consideration.
Right.
Or, like I said, there's 3 types of people. Explain to them what those 3 people are, and then we're going to be out of here.
Well, a person that's a number 3, they probably, just, they don't get it. And that's okay, because this isn't for everybody. But a person number 3 says thanks, but no thanks, that's okay. But whatever your personal situation is, please refer this information or refer the person, refer the opportunity, to someone else who may be able to benefit. A person that's a number 2, they say, I want the Financial Edge membership. I want to expand my cash flow. I want to minimize my taxes. I want to get my credit up. I want to, get my debt down. I want to, deal with the wealth max as well. That's a number 2. But a person that's a number 1, they say, Kim, Marvin, y'all could have quit talking a long time ago. When y'all started talking about daily pay, when y'all started talking about car bonuses, that's a person that says, I want to expand my cash flow and I want to increase my income. I want it all. Well, get with the person that invited you to the call. Let them know I'm in. I'm a number 1. I'm in. I don't need to wait but I see it's 2:28. I want to take advantage now. I want to get some people on the call that's going to be coming up tonight, 6 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I want to go ahead and get that momentum bonus and get my people their momentum bonus by 10 o'clock. That's what this thing is all about. If you're number one, contact a person that puts you on the phone this evening and say, I'm in, I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's make it happen. $129. Take advantage of that stimulus credit.
Absolutely. And like you said, we'll be back at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and then again at 10 p.m. Eastern. So I appreciate you helping me out with getting this out today, Marv. You've been an amazing co-host. And y'all, like you said, be sure that you get this information out and join us back in a couple hours. You'll find another group of amazing leaders who love helping people and getting this information out too. So y'all have a great night, a great day, and I'll see y'all later.
Okay, so that's it for Martin. Since he said he's spoiled with credit help. Yeah, Martin said put some respect on his check. So if you are ready to take advantage of this $99 discount, the regular price is $228. Now it's $128, and that ends tomorrow at midnight Eastern Standard Time, a stimulus credit. You need to do like everybody has been doing since I've been on this live stream. Text me at 601-720-2063 if you're ready, right, to get this discount, and why wouldn't you not want it? Now, Martin, I will go live. Give me, I'm actually multitasking. I have a laptop right in front of me. You all can't see it. But this is why I want you all to up your cash flow, right? I'm coming live. Give me a couple of hours. A second Great Depression, unemployment crisis hit big cities hard. So we are going to discuss this topic on my next live. Give me 2 or 3 hours. I'm actually working on one of my clients' credit report right in front of me and getting people more cash flow, because I tell people all the time that if you don't have the cash flow, right, not the income, if you don't have the cash flow, you will always be in the cycle of negative cash flow, bad debt, and bad credit, right? You need the cash flow. You need to get your cash flow up, because credit, right, the way I teach is not dependent. Thank you so much, Shantae. Credit is not dependent upon, credit should not be used the way I teach it in my philosophy as a second income stream, right? Credit should be used as an asset. And I am so ready to teach. The topics is going to be cash flow is king, credit, assets is queen, and credit is an asset, right? Some people use it as a liability, but credit is an asset, and cash is pawn. And we're going to talk about this second Great Depression, how unemployment is hitting great cities. And people, let me tell you, you have to position yourself for prosperity, right? This is, the business pays for itself. And it's the best home-based business opportunity as far as multiple ways to get paid that I have ever been exposed to. 10 different ways, including getting daily pay, right? The only way to outbeat inflation or rising prices of goods and services is to have unlimited income. The only thing you regret is what I always say. Today is July 21st, 2020. If you look back in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, because I'm telling you, by October, 2 months, right, this is going to hit rock bottom. July 25th, landlords can legally evict the tenants. Many tenants have received unemployment for 3 months, have not been paying on their unemployment. Eviction is coming in approximately 4 days, and this weekend ends the $600 stimulus unemployment, right? So even if your state is getting you or will extend a 52-week unemployment, you still will only have 52 weeks or even if your state is extended, you're going to have 52 weeks of the state's unemployment only. That's what I'm trying to say and how I'm trying to word it. So, Mark, we will get back on credit, but I have to keep pushing this. I have to keep sharing this on my channel because I know that people need cash flow. There are some people that's going to need to depend on credit, and they're going to be looking for the money for credit repair, right? Because I told you all some weeks and months ago that now is not the time to try to, I told you weeks and months ago, it's not the time, this is not the season to try to fix your own credit. You need expeditiously, you know, like how I said, the expeditiously credit repair, effective, and you need it done by professionals and pros. You don't have a 1 year time frame to try to do it yourself. So let me get to this, my client's credit repair, finish printing out this affidavit, and we're going to be back live. You're going to have the queen of credit, and we're going to talk about cash flow, unemployment, Great Depression, cash is pawn, because this is, in my Nipsey Hussle voice, checkers. I mean, this is chess and not checkers, people. Got to level up, get your cash flow up. Can't depend on a job. So go ahead and text me at 601-720-2063 to get this $99 discount, and I will get you started. Don't hesitate. Go ahead and do it now.